The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Roxanne Perez.
We learned of this match Sunday night following Worlds Collide. As we learned earlier with a digital exclusive, Roxanne Perez getting set to go one-on-one with maybe one of the greatest challenges of her career. The final boss, Meiko Satomura, next live on NXT.
Making her way to the ring, Meiko Satomura.
Well, you speak about Mandy Rose. Of course, Mandy Rose unifying the NXT and NXT UK women's titles this past Sunday at Worlds Collide. Meiko Satomura, for the first time in over 400 days, not a champion as she enters into the squared circle. And, oh, well, there's, of course, Cora Jade looking on, who believes she should have this matchup tonight with Meiko Satomura, who respectfully declined Cora Jade's request for a more respectful Roxanne Perez. I just want to point this out. I'm looking up at Roxanne Perez. Our camera crew's done a great job as well. Deep breaths, trying to keep herself right now in the moment.
Well, if you notice, when Roxanne Perez came out before the break, she actually slipped climbing up on the turnbuckle. That tells its own story. Never seen her do that before. She's doing that because she's absolutely petrified in there, taking on a living legend, the final boss.
You know, how big of a match is this for Perez? I mean, you see a little bit of trepidation, but there is some respect shown.
It has been an awful 6 weeks or so for Perez. Lost her best friend, lost her NXT Women's Tag title, and then to rub salt in the wound, she then lost to her former best friend, Cora Jade. So things have not been going well at all for Perez, but a win against Meiko Satomura. Suddenly, the entire world starts looking pretty good once again for Roxanne Perez, but that is a big, big ask.
That's going to be a huge coming out party also for Perez if she's able to go toe-to-toe and pull out the victory against a living legend, as you mentioned, in Meiko Satomura. I have to imagine, though, for Perez, freaking out a little bit. Just a little bit, right?
100%. Listen, I'll take you back to my career. Back in 2011, I remember stepping in the ring with a living legend in his own right, Rey Mysterio, for the first ever time. I will tell you this, I was terrified in there. I didn't want to put a foot wrong. Of course I did, and I lost the match quite easily to Rey Mysterio, but that's what happens, and it was a great learning experience for me.
Rey right now, is nervous for his son Dominic, under the control of the Judgment Day, but this quickly turning from a respectful matchup. Meiko Satomura, she wants to get back on her winning ways and is not taking it easy on Perez.
Yeah, Meiko gracious in defeat against Mandy Rose.
I think they hit her in the jaw and another kick out somehow.
Meiko tweeted after the match that Mandy was the, and I quote, perfect champion. And based on that, I've got to say I really respect
for the submission
Meiko's grasp of the English language, because I agree. But losing a title is a blow to anyone. Meiko Satomura, though, with 4 decades worth of experience, she gets it. She's dealt with ups and downs before. She's got back on the horse before, dusted herself down, and always comes back winning.
Look at Roxanne Perez right now, taking it to Meiko Satomura. I'm sure opening some eyes of those that are sitting in the back right now. And look for Perez. She is gaining a great reputation, as is Perez.
Yeah, she's growing massively. Time and time again here, what a huge 3 or 4 months it's been for Roxanne Perez. Put this in perspective, Meiko Satomura was a global name before Roxanne Perez was even born. Meiko Satomura was competing back in the mid-90s in WCW. Compare that to 3 or 4 months ago, no one on planet Earth knew who Roxanne Perez was.
Well, they might know her tonight, and even more so around the globe, as she almost was able to gain a 3 on Satomura.
I got to tell you how impressed I am that Roxanne Perez is even hanging in there right now. I felt before this matchup that Roxanne Perez might be better off just asking Meiko Satomura for an order.
Look at this, what a move, what a pinning combination, what a near fall. Look at Satomura quickly transitioning to the submission, right across the orbital bone and squeezing right now on Perez.
That's those milliseconds of difference that make you a legend, give you that experience, make the big difference here.
Shoulders down, another nice transition, but look at Perez. Crossface.
Medicine, nice Roxanne.
Is Satomura gonna tap out? And could you imagine the feeling inside Perez if she was able to make the final boss tap. Satomura now trying somehow, battling, crawling, scratching, trying to navigate her way to the bottom rope.
Yeah. Roxanne Perez clinging on for dear life here.
Poor Jade right now sitting in the back probably crying like you said I was earlier tonight. Perez, you know Jade's got to be on the back of Jade's mind, or Jade has to be on the back of Roxanne's mind.
Yeah, well, Roxanne did delete Cora's number from her phone, blocked that number, said the friendship is over, but the issues between Roxanne and Cora certainly are.
Whoa!
Beautiful dive now, Roxanne Perez somehow full ascendancy here, taking control. Once again, we see Cora Jade watching on, does not look impressed. And she's gone.
And she must have seen enough. Don't miss a second of the action. Our picture-picture break. Perez and Satomura. Back live on NXT, and this has been a hard-hitting affair. The NXT universe is split right down the middle for the final boss and Roxanne Perez. And this was during the break. Bam! We talk about hard-hitting. Take another look. Feel that impact.
That is utter insanity. I'll give all the credit in the world for Roxanne Perez hanging in as long as she has done. But the class difference here, the experience difference has really started to show in the last 2 or 3 minutes. And it's been one-way traffic, just the brutalizing of Roxanne Perez.
And you see the agony on the face of Perez. This has been all Meiko Satomura for the last few moments, and it was the Hall of Famer, my favorite broadcast partner of all time, Beth Phoenix, who called Satomura the fabric of women's wrestling.
Yeah, well, the first thing you said was absolute nonsense, but the second thing, yeah, absolutely respected all around the world by every female competitor in this industry, including, of course, Roxanne Perez, who's getting knocked silly in there at this point.
Listen to the NXT universe right now for these two women, and Perez is welcoming Meiko Satomura with every chop, with every kick, and now it's Perez firing back.
Finally getting second win. She's going to have to find a gear she has never found before to pull this off, but I think she's finding it.
Perez looking to clear her mind of the past few weeks of her former best friend by competing against the final boss here tonight.
Yeah, the nerves have completely gone now for Roxanne. She was just starting to believe, as indeed was this audience, but that is a game changer right there.
Satomura living up to that final boss billing. And somehow Perez staying in this matchup. Nice counter.
Refusing to be denied.
Floats into the cover. Off the Russian leg sweep and a near fall.
Yeah, can the dream come true here?
And now looking for another submission possibly.
Pulling out every trick that she knows, Roxanne Perez.
Look at Satomura though, the right hand underneath the knee, keeping a little bit of separation and allowing Satomura to get out. And of course, Satomura has learned some tricks in her nearly 4 decades of competing.
That's the great thing about it. Always thinking, never panicking, always trying to get out of a hold and back into one of her own.
Spinning heel kick right under the jaw. And there's been 3, 4, even 5 strikes that have landed flush onto the jaw of Perez.
Precision every time, hitting the bullseye with every single shot. That can be a difference maker. Roxanne Perez is learning the hard way just how good you have to be to become a legend in this game, but she's still somehow in the fight.
In the fight, swinging away and taking a high risk. Will it pay off? Perez! What a moment this would be!
Roxanne Perez is shocked at this point. Perhaps Meiko Satomura too didn't think the youngster would hang in this long. The question is, what else does Roxanne Perez have to throw at Meiko Satomura?
Perez charging. Got caught, able to block and answer back. Another one under the jaw. Perez, could she be out?
Just took a beat too long there to Roxanne Perez, coming up with the next offense.
Satomura looking for Scorpio rising right across the forehead of Perez, and Satomura picks up the win, but hats off to Perez.
Here's your winner, Meiko Satomura.
We talked about it Sunday with Tyler Bate. You can gain a lot of respect in a loss, and that's what happened here tonight to Roxanne Perez.
Not too often in this industry you get a star-making performance and a loss, but that's exactly what this was for Roxanne Perez. A lot of people would have expected this matchup to be over very quickly, but Roxanne, as we're seeing here, a chance to hang in there and win this one. But when you're up against someone like the final boss, there's an almost air of inevitability that this is the result. Hats up to both ladies. Brilliant performance.
When we talk about respect, look at the respect being shown right now from the final boss to Perez. What a moment here live on NXT. And for Meiko Satomura getting back on her winning ways after, wait a minute! Oh, come on! Coward's way out by Jade.
What a way to kill the boss. Told you those issues weren't over.